I have been teaching for more than 12 years, and there is something that worries me a lot. My students can give answer to the questions, but it's really hard for me to make them actually think. And I don't mean that they're becoming less intelligent. In fact, some of them are very smart. The problem is that we have made it too easy for them to stop at first answer. And AI is going to make this problem worse. Hi, I'm Sayed Bilal. I believe that our kids should be able to think for themselves, handle all the challenges, and adapt to uncertain future. My mission is to help parents raise such kids. Now I can give my students any question and most of them can answer that question. But when I ask them why they think this particular thing happens, complete silence. Or they can answer something similar to what they have already explained to me. And that's when I started wondering, are we teaching our children to think or are we teaching our children to answer the questions? Now, the problem is that at schools, even at homes, we try to provide answers to their questions. And that is a much bigger problem than we can think. Because providing an answer closes that door. But if instead you answer that question of your own, it just opens the door for them. They can explore something, they can be curious of something. Now, schools are very good at answers. So, a student asks a question, they get the answer, next question, and next answer. But this is not how actual curiosity works. It's very messy. A child asks a question, maybe they can think of more possibilities. Then they will investigate, collect some evidence. They will make a decision. Maybe they will reconsider to do the whole experiment. Notice that the second process is not only messy, but it's slow as well. It doesn't produce immediate correct answer. But this is how the curiosity grows. This is how the actual thinking happens. In schools or even at homes, we are very good at asking our children what is the correct answer. But we're not so good at asking our children how did they arrive to that answer. And adds onto it the AI problem. What is AI problem? That information and its access is not only unlimited, but it's very much easier. We used to ask Google. A child nowadays asks simply ChatGPT. You want to watch a video, you want to get an explanation, everything is readily available. But that information which is arriving very quickly, it creates an illusion of thinking, not that actual thinking is happening. AI can give your child answer, but it cannot take responsibility whether it is right or wrong, whether a child should believe it or should not believe it. Now, what the parents can do, simply ask different questions. Let's say your child comes to an answer. Ask them what makes you think that, or ask what else would explain that, what would change your mind. And if you have to start by yourself, what would you start with? It not only develops thinking, it develops agency as well. The most important aspect is that we're not solving only thinking problem. That's a child who can navigate problems without waiting for someone else to think for them. So next time your child gives you an answer, don't be impressed by the speed of their answer. Ask them, why do you think that's true? Because in a world where information and answers are becoming incredibly cheap. The ability to think is becoming the ability to think is becoming readily valuable. And one day your child will not need you. You will not be with your child. The question is what they will do then. Subscribe, join the movement, and let's raise the next generation different.